Right. And I think one good thing I heard about risk is that, risk is the price for participation in the markets. It's the admission cost. So it's like, it's something that we should all be considering whenever we're investing is like, what admission costs are we paying? And I think, your ratios that you brought up, like the 1 to 1 and the 2 to 1, and how much that you should be and what percent of trades you have to win in order to return a profit based off of the risk.
Yeah,
I think that's a great analogy. But yeah, I think like, risk is something that people don't consider enough. But also, I feel like people probably, a big part of it is that they're having issues with quantifying risk. So, how do you quantify risk?
I guess when you're trading based on charts, let's say, usually you're gonna set up a stop and a target, right? So if you always set up, if you always set a stop and a target, you're gonna know how much you're risking, how much you're gonna probably make, right? You can maybe change your target later on if you think it's going far away, right? But the stop, it's something that you should probably stick to it, even though it fails, the trade fails, because you're gonna lose that money that you were expecting to lose and nothing more, right? I guess that's the first principle. That's why people, I think, good traders really talk about stop losses, right? Because they tend to tell you how much you're gonna lose no matter what. I guess that's why you need to always set one, not because you think it's going down or whatever, but it limits your losses. And it's very like if you think about human, there's something pretty interesting. Like when you are making a lot of money, you want to get out as soon as possible, right? People get very, the human brain tells you like, I need to get out of this trade. I'm making money. I have to get out at this moment. It's already 2x, let's say, an altcoin. You bought altcoin, it's already 2x. And then you want to get out as quickly as possible, even though it later on goes up to 100x or whatever, because say the coin was super bullish. There was no reason at all for you to sell, but you're gonna sell it because the brain tells you you have to sell this.
Yeah.
In the other
It's
hand,
the
if you
hunt and gather
yeah,
mentality. The hunt and
but
gather, yeah.
yeah, but in the other hand, when you are losing money, you just say, yeah, leave it there. At some point, it's gonna go back up, and you just accept that you're gonna lose money to zero. So I think that's the mentality of most people, right? So I guess when you start using stop losses, pretty much saying that I'm gonna lose money to this point. So when you start getting, let's say, afraid of losing, it's not really that terrible, you know. Unless it's stopping you from risking the minimum that you were expecting to risk. So let's say I got into trade, I'm risking $100, and then when I start losing 50, I want to get out of this trade as immediately. No, initially you were expecting to lose 100, so you're gonna stick to your plan. You were expecting to lose 100 because it would fall to a specific point that you calculated before. So you have to stick to that to the end, unless something really external help happens, right? So you can get away before. But if you had a plan,
Yes.
you just stick to it, right? But and that's how you do it. You are limiting your losses,
So
but you
putting emotions to the side.
yeah, because like what I see that most people do wrong, actually, it's not they don't buy the right assets. It's that they leave it before it happens, right? So people do a lot of this. They buy a coin, let's say in crypto, they buy altcoin, and then they keep rolling the coin, and then they see something else going up, they're gonna sell their coin and buy the other one, and they're gonna lose on the other one, and the one that they were risking at first goes up, right? So I guess you need patience. I see a lot of people that are not really patient. Everything moves up 1%, 2%, and they think it's gonna the end of the world. I guess crypto helps you to learn this very quickly because it moves pretty fast. So you're gonna see that you're gonna make a lot of money, you're gonna lose a lot of money because it's crypto, it's very volatile. So if you stick to your plans and let things happen, then you're gonna probably succeed. Unless you have a pretty terrible strategy, right? Because if you have a pretty terrible strategy, no matter what you do, you're gonna lose money. So you also have to take that in consideration. If you're a terrible trader, you don't have a good setup, it never works. So even though you have a proper risk management, you follow everything perfectly, it's not gonna work out because your strategy sucks, right? So that's something that you need to put in your head as well. So some people talk a lot of risk management, do this, do that, but their strategy is terrible, so they're not gonna work out, right? So there's something that people don't talk much, but it happens, right? Some people are just really bad at picking the right trades. So if you're not good at picking the trades, even though you have a proper risk management, you're gonna lose anyway. You there, Kadeem?
Sorry, oh, I didn't realize that I was on mute.